Yeah. Ain't make crap. Part 2,
Hey, Kuro, turn it up.
like a move. Yeah. Okay, now you got an idol's mind. You was at the devil's playground, on a sliding board going down. You got an idol's mind. You was at the devil's playground. You just wanna swing around. You got an idol's mind. You was at the devil's playground, a place you shouldn't hang around. Okay, now you got an idol's mind. You was at the devil's playground, and you scream my name, say it loud. When you on the swing set, on the sliding boards, while you on the monkey bars, you lying horse. Life just like a merry-go-round, and I'm sure then got dizzy from all the girls I adore. I keep thinking about stupid ass shit when I am bored. What's the truth? Can you tell me what you lying for? Tryna do everything by the books and by the board. That ain't reasons for you to blame the pilot for. Don't throw all of your bullshit on me, you projectors. Don't throw all of your bullshit on me, you projectors. I'm not something you could project on. You just a devil in a disguise, and I was dead on. No end of a pencil, look imbecile, you just was led on. Following past the hill, and that's something you can bet on. Okay, now you got an idol's mind. You was at the devil's playground, on a sliding board going down. You got an idol's mind. You was at the devil's playground, you just wanna swing around. You got an idol's mind. You was at the devil's playground, a place you shouldn't hang around. Okay, now you got an idol's mind. You was at the devil's playground, and you scream my name, say it loud. When you in the sandbox or the jungle gym, everything you fucking said, it was a gym. Wasn't smart at all, and you need to come again. Gotta look down because pilot man above the rim. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's right. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, now you got an idol's mind. You was at the devil's playground, on a sliding board going down. You got an idol's mind. You was at the devil's playground, you just wanna swing around. You got an idol's mind. You was at the devil's playground, a place you shouldn't hang around. Okay, now you got an idol's mind. You was at the devil's playground, and you scream my name, say it loud.
Make crap.
Okay, now you got an idol's mind. You was at the devil's playground.
On a sliding board going down. Welcome, y'all. Welcome to your new moon and Aries ceremony. Flight boss, I could switch the weather. Looks like he wasn't lying, y'all. Shout out to Uriel. Okay. Everything you always believed about yourself. Well, this is it. You're acting on that. And I mean everything that you've always believed about yourself. Specifically things that from me to you, there are certain things you believed about yourself that you're not going to tell people because they're going to tell you that you're delusional or you don't know how to put it into words. And now you are able to put it in your words through your actions, which will open the space for you to talk about what you did. This should feel like not frustration. This should feel like this restlessness. Some of you might have felt like you've been on the bench for your whole life or for so long, and the coach is looking at you like you're up. Others of you might have started, okay, but you're redefining your position as a starter. And yeah, people are going to hate it. The only people who aren't going to hate it are those who are aligned with your authenticity, and it doesn't clash with them. But yeah, relative to people who gain so much leverage from you not stepping into who you really are, they're gonna fucking hate it because they will not have that comfortable grounding to manipulate and control you, or at least have influence over you that makes them feel more comfortable about themselves. Fuck them anyway. Screw them anyway. Anyway, other than that, I got a candle. The ceremony we're gonna do is super simple. Super simple. This is just, you know, at this point, we could even look at this as just like I don't know what the word is, just for not convenience. Ceremony. I don't know the word, but basically, if you don't have a candle, we'll light this candle for you. All right. All we're going to do is we're going to focus our intention. So we're all going to make an intention. Aries is I am. All right. I am. You could just say I am, or you can say I am blank. Blanket affirmation that we're going to say for everyone. Sponsored by Infinity Gang is I am limitless. So regardless of whatever I am you put in, it's being under the foundation of you being limitless. Okay. For ceremonial purposes, I guess. Basically, and I'm saying that because personally, and shout out to those of you who've seen the extended magic moon message. The reason why I'm doing this is because whether you light a candle, you're going to do this anyway. Over the next 6 months, you're going to take authentic actions that will define your character. That's it. There's a great example of this I'm going to share. I didn't want to talk about pop culture, but I'm going to give you the perfect example of what this looks like. It was prophetic. It was literally everything I was talking about last night. And then somebody went ahead and did that and showed you what that looks like. Some of you already know what I'm talking about. Okay. Regardless, there's who you think you are, and then there's who you really are, right? You may think that you're the baddest motherfucker on the block, and then somebody steps up to test you and you run the fuck away. Okay. And now you're seeing who you really are, regardless of who you thought you were. All right. And I just mean that example hypothetically. I don't mean that as far as what might have recently happened. That is an example of perhaps how you should actually conduct yourself this transit. And I will use this example, but before I do that, I am what you can say however much stuff you want, but this is an intention. Right now, the moon is 22 degrees, the sun is 19 degrees. Everyone has been hyping up everything that's been happening. This war, that war, this war. I need you to understand, we have barely just finally started. That's it. Everything that's meant to move forward, we have just started. The war has just started. Okay. And when I say war, I mean, in every field and area. I feel like people may not be ready to accept that this is a wartime period, a clashing of people's identities, philosophies, and values that will inevitably bring them in conflict with each other. And of course, how you take action is going to define who you are, not what you're saying, not what you're protesting for, what you're fucking doing. All right. And basically, the aspect we just activated, 22 degrees is 3 degrees away from 19. We are 3 degrees active right now. What this is we have sowed the seeds. So the 19-degree conjunction with the sun and the moon is you sowing the seeds for your understanding moon and awareness of who you are. That's it. When is this going to harvest? First, in 2 weeks, throughout the moon in Scorpio, full moon, and then again in 6 months during Libra season. Okay, 2 weeks is going to initialize this completion harvest. The moon is 23 degrees, square my moon 23 degrees in Cap. So you're definitely going to be feeling this with me too. The reason why I want you to be excited is because that's the energy of fire. It's the baby fire. It's 0 to 2 years old. It's new life. There's so much potential. You don't know who a baby is going to be as much as you might predict. This is similar to this activation of your identification itself. You still have to take these actions to see them through. All right. So I am. What we're gonna do is you're gonna set an intention. I am, or I am blank, limitless, right? On top of whatever you want to say. And then I'm gonna light this candle, and that's it. In fact, after you make your intention, 200 plus people live are going to make the intention that your intention comes true. And as soon as we leave this broadcast, that's it. The collective energy that you contributed into is going to interface with you after this broadcast. It's free magic, guys. It is free magic. Mars in Pisces is on Saturn. That's the most significant part about this. We're ready. The god of war is making its contract with Kronos. Yes, I said it. The god of war during the season ruled by the god of war. The ruler of Aries is Pisces. It's on Kronos. So the sun went through there. Mercury went through there. Venus went through there. Mars is the last planet to go through there. Mars doesn't come back here until every 2 years because it retrogrades after a year. So we had Mars, Saturn, and Capricorn, the pandemic. Mars, Saturn, and Aquarius, Ukraine versus Russia. And then let me just be honest. Mars coming back into Pisces is like, I'm done. We're ready to fucking end this all. So the next 2 years is finna be crazy. And it's only just, everything up until now was just set up. That's it. I'm just talking science. I'm not these TikTok astrologers making shit up about, oh, if you're a Scorpio, then you're going to feel like this today. We don't do that bullshit over here. Straight math. That's all this is. That's all this is. This is more astronomy, if anything. Even though, you know, astronomy doesn't realize astrology is its half brother, but blood brother, if anything. But yeah, okay, that's all it is. That's all it is. That's all it is. So really, really understand every action you are taking in the system of beliefs that tie into who you are. You are being tested all year. Okay. Oh, this is the integrity of your beliefs. You must abide by that. Period. That's it. Not like you had a choice. Okay. So this is it. This is it. This is what I want you to see. This is happening right now. We are actively, okay, we are actively stepping into our power. And it is a beautiful thing. Okay. Now, 4 days ago, the sun went on the North Node. That was the official activation of destiny in 20 years. The last time the North Node was conjunct the sun in Aries was over 19 years ago, if not 20 years. So this is a huge deal because the last time Saturn was in Pisces was over 30 years. And then the last time Chiron was in Aries was in the 70s. It takes a 30-year cycle. And one thing to think about the 60s and the 70s, a lot of gang culture that you see now is heavily influenced from the 60s and 70s. A lot of these people repping GDs, BDs, Bloods, Crips, a lot of these gangs were formed around the 50s. I do my research, y'all. The 50s, 60s, 70s period when they were formed either in prison, came out of prison, spread its influence. So it's interesting to think about that relative to gang culture then versus now. And I'm using gang culture as a reference because if you don't know that your nation, regardless of whatever country you're in, if you don't know that your nation is a gang, a nationwide gang, and that you might be in the midst of gang territory and gang war, I don't know what to tell you. You cannot tell me that your government is not a gang. Because if the cartel hits you up in Mexico and says, look, we want some tax from you, buddy. All right. If you don't do anything or give it to us, something might happen to your business. Okay. Y'all look at the cartel like they're murderers. Oh, they're a gang. But the IRS is going to show up on you and be like, hey, you haven't paid taxes. And if you don't pay taxes, something might happen to your business. We might detain you. They're a gang. That is gang shit. They're more of official of a gang. They have more official paperwork. Still a gang though. It's still a gang. Now, this is all just a bunch of gang shit. It is what it is. You're either paying taxes or you're the one doing the taxing. That's it. That's what life has taught me at 33 motherfucking years old. You're either the one taxing motherfuckers or you're getting taxed by motherfuckers. I'm making sure that I end up being the first one. We taxing out here. It's infinity game. We ain't getting taxed no more. Claim that. I am non-exempt. You can't tax me, motherfucker. That's it. Here, I'm sorry, the Brooklyn in me is coming out. Even though I've never really lived in Brooklyn and I grew up in New Jersey, that doesn't stop me. Okay, it is what it is. There you go. There you go. Even though I grew up in Queens for the first 4 years of my life, but it's cool. It's cool. I can believe I'm from Brooklyn, and it is what it is. I am tax exempt. I am tax exempt. Okay. Okay. So regardless, and I feel like nationalism is very interesting to see because we're in the precipice of seeing the death of nationalism. Something that 100 years ago, 200 years ago, you could never fathom. Just like the last time Pluto was in Aquarius, okay, the last time Pluto was 1 degrees Aquarius, if you told the prevailing monarchs at the time that, 248 years from now, you monarchies won't exist. There won't be kings and queens. There'll be a whole bunch of people voting. What? With the right? They look at you like you are crazy. They look at you like you are crazy. You mean we can't just conquer other lands in the name of our empire? No. Just like if you were to tell people now, oh yeah, nationalism, nations, that's not even going to be a thing. They're going to try and connect one world. You know what I mean? Like people are going to be spending the same currency. I think people look at you crazy. Okay, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Okay. So with that being said, all right. We don't need to get distracted by what's happening out in the world because you're activating your own unique cycle of you. So in order for everyone to do their part, you're being revealed right now who you are. Okay, and this is you planting the seeds of what direction you take with that. Now, 4 days ago, okay, the North Node and the Sun hit each other. I went through this rant right now about how long it happened. And let me give you an analogy between 4 days ago and now. Okay. 4 days ago, the North Node landed on, of course, the sun. And I love how this new moon, please peep the fact that this new moon happened on Chiron, guys. So everything about this activation is geared towards self-personal healing. Is protecting your peace, but really unlocking power with which you can heal yourself with through your own authentic action. So you are literally activating the key to harness this harvested power. We're going to go in this ceremony because there's certain concepts I want to speak on. But when the North Node was conjunct the sun 4 days ago, if you've ever been on a track meet, the runners don't come to the race and then start running. All right. What happens is first, the racers of that seed, right? First seed, second seed, whichever number of races are, they come to the race first. Then the referee says, on your mark. Okay, so the North Node Sun was everyone getting in position. Destiny was activated. We activated that cycle where we're literally 4 degrees, 4 days into this cycle. Okay. And now once the moon went on the sun, that's when the referee pressed the gun. All right. Where I'm personally not focusing on ignorance. Like I showed you, this is just math. There are certain people who believe that these signs are demons and they have no experience actually practicing this in any like legit level. They have no 10,000 hours of experience. It's just people talking. Okay. So get distracted by that if you want to. We have shit to do. Shit, fuck shit. Yes, we have shit to do. No demon made me say that. That was all me. All right, we're not engaging in spookism. We're not blaming stuff. God gave me this life so I could take responsibility for it, and then only God will judge me. It's not going to be people who are Bible thumping. It's not going to be other religious beliefs. It's not going to be scientists. It's going to be my soul's creator, and he gonna tell me I did a fucking good job personally. So I'm not even fucking worried. Okay. Keep that in mind as you see me speaking with full on vulgarity. All right. Because certain people believe more in their philosophy than the God they claim to believe in. Certain people believe more in their idea of God than God itself. That's why you see all these people jumping ship, finding Christ again, even though Christ is going to look at you like, I don't know you, but we were healing the sick in your name. But we were doing all this good stuff in your name. Jesus is going to be like, I don't know you, nigga. Yes, he going to say the N-word. All right. So it is what it is. I'm sorry they edited that out. All right. When they did all those translations from Greek to Hebrew to whatever the fuck. I don't care right now. This is so very important. You are the answer. You're not going to get this from anywhere else. You were gifted a spirit. Use it. And you're going to be able to unlock this like never before. So that's basically it. Right now, the moon is on its way to Cancer. In about a week from now, we're going to start to integrate this new cycle. The seeds you planted right now are going to break through the ground by you having a deep understanding and sincere feeling about who you're aware you are. Okay. So right now, this is me like, I can run track. And in a week from now I've run track a little bit. Now I'm starting to feel the depth of how I feel as a track runner. What you are, how you feel. Break it in. This is going to open the room for me to begin to integrate this power. So if the new moon in Pisces was a new perspective, if it was new magic, well, then the new moon in Aries is new power, new raw power. All right. And we're going to go over what you're going to experience throughout this next week. But it's also important to reflect on why the attitude you take right now is everything. You see people talking about in wrestling, oh, there's a new attitude era. That's because Gemini's back. Okay, anytime Aries, Taurus, and Gemini, we the three originals. It started with those three signs. That's Team Aldebaran. All right, that's the Watcher of the East. Every time those three get activated, we're activating a new direction. This opens up the room for attitude, to just speak brazenly, to come from authenticity. All right, and then we're gonna see this through everybody, even people who don't normally have an attitude. That's just gonna be activated within them. Okay. Thank you, Leo, Sun, Pisces, Moon. You get it. You get it. All right. So with that, once again, I hope you're prepared and I hope you're excited because this rollout is going to be fascinating. Despite seeing all sorts of people go out sad, this is also going to bring a rise of new talent. This is going to bring a redefinition of previous acts. This is going to resurrect old ancient relics. Like, this is everything you could think of. And let me say that again. Saturn and Pisces. Everything that you could believe will happen this year, next year. Hold me to that. Hold me to that. This is just facts. Okay. If you're going to claim anything, claim victory and maintain the authenticity to hold yourself towards walking in that direction. You're going to see people running, racing each other. And, it's really not a race. Some people even say it's a marathon. I mean, depending on what they're talking about. So I guess certain things are a marathon. But as far as you're concerned and your personal development, you have no competition. You're merely competing with previous versions of yourself. All right. Now, let me give you an example once again of what I was talking about in my extended Magic Moon message, the message of this Aries season, the message of this North Node in Aries. Okay. Oh, Duke, it's just getting started. Like everyone who feels that, oh, this person got exposed. That's why people keep on asking me, what do you think about Diddy? What do you think about Diddy? Diddy's the appetizer, my G. Like Diddy, I don't even think that's a big deal. I don't even think the Diddy thing is a big deal. I think people just blew that shit out of proportion because we just want a new news story. That's why you didn't see me on here talking all this shit, because it's not important, especially if you think there are children getting blasted right now. I don't really give a fuck about Diddy. Like it's not. I'll still laugh at it. I'll still like enjoy it, but it's nothing compared to what's about to get exposed. If you think everything that has happened the past few months is big, you really don't know. You really don't know what's about to happen. So, Duke, really good question. It's not even just certain people, it's like a whole group in society, because the whole lesson of Saturn and Pisces is the, what do I say, twist. This is the twist in the story at the end of the narrative, where you're realizing that, oh my gosh, it looks like the real villain are the consumers. It looks like the real villain are the people seemingly getting taken advantage of. Collectively around the world, people have the opportunity to point the finger at themselves and say the only reason why all these people getting exposed have been successful is because we put them on. We made them rich. We gave them attention. We had all these times to call people out. We let it happen. Like people, and that's if people actually have the humility to do that. Because if not, it's just going to look like everyone pointing fingers at each other. Collectively, maybe we all, myself included, can admit we got all of each other fucked up. And because we kept pointing the finger at other people, that's what led us to this point. That's why this is the end of the world. This happens every cycle. It's not the first time the world as we know it has ended. And that's why I'm grateful to be a part of it. But once again, a great example about this, because once people point the finger at themselves and take accountability, then the real work could be done. We step into the new world order, Saturn Aries cycle, and that's a whole nother war. Like Saturn Aries, Neptune Aries, Uranus Gemini could easily open up civil war too, because Civil War I happened the last time Uranus was in Gemini, and of course Neptune was in Aries. In fact, I think the last time, okay, no, it wasn't the last time Uranus was in Gemini, but it was the last time Neptune was in Aries. Okay, so with that being said, I like that we're exiting Plato's cave. If we start a new cycle, we're already in civil war. I do believe that, because it will always be cultural first. But yeah, now what does this North Node? What is the best example of this North Node Aries? The whole thing about North Node in Aries is you unlocking the individual authentic direction that you're supposed to develop your character through. And that's where J. Cole exemplified that. Personally, I've been saying, even if I've been saying that the North Node personal mission that you're meant to do right now will not be the most popular. South Node Libra is definitely departing from social expectations outside of, what people want you to do. And J. Cole is a perfect example of this. Myself included, a lot of us wanted to see body bag Cole. A lot of us see, certain people who are hip hop fans know J. Cole is a murderer. We know that he's a killer. Okay. And certain of us wanted to see him go back and forth. And this is where I was even saying it doesn't even matter what I feel. You know what I mean? Like if you do certain things that I disagree with, it's more important that it's authentic to you. And J. Cole made it very clear that he's not into this shit, that everyone wants him to see blood or to strike blood. You know what I mean? And that's because it's Aries season. It is war right now. So it's not wrong that people want to see battle, period, in and outside of rap. But despite that, it's authentic that he gave you how he really felt. If what he said was fake, that would be a problem. If he really inside himself really wanted a battle, but he's not apologizing, then I would denounce that. I'd be like, this is whack. This is stupid. Okay. But you can hear in his apology, it's not even that he doesn't want smoke, right? It's that he genuinely doesn't want to do that. He has his own vision of what he wants to do. He has his path he wants to create with his music. Authentically speaking, he doesn't want to get caught up in this moment that people are trying to create, period. And because that is authentic to him, then he's doing the right thing. This is literally it. I want to make sure we're clear. If authentically to him he wanted to battle, then what he should have done is battle. Versus if authentically he feels like he doesn't want to do that, I personally don't fully agree, like most people, but it doesn't matter what I think. He's doing what he is meant to do. And I want to use him as an example because just like he is getting ridiculed for doing something that majority of other people want him to do, and he's doing his own thing, the same is happening to you. So don't look at what's happening at J. Cole and think that that's not happening to you too. That's why I'm using that as an example. There is at least one thing in your life right now that you are authentic towards doing that everyone else may frown on. People may not understand. They may not get. And all I'm trying to say is it doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. It matters if it is authentic to you. Because whatever direction you're moving on that's authentic to you, you will be tested on those beliefs. And through moving in that authentic direction, as you reinforce those beliefs, you'll be straight. If maybe you weren't as authentic and these beliefs get tested, you can now be put in check and redirect. But you must stand on authenticity and integrity, even if that means protecting your peace. Janae, you most definitely can buy a reading. I still have my 70%. Sorry. I still have my 30% off automatic discount on recorded reports. So if you want a recorded report at a discount, guys, I have that till the rest of Aries season. And yeah, I also have my consultations available. And God picked you for this spiritual battle. When we talk about this war on consciousness and war in your soul, it's not some spiritual mumbo jumbo. It's literally simple. It's very, very, very simple. When we talk about a spiritual battle, the sword of, if you're putting the armor of God on, okay, Matt, we've been doing the live readings. We shout out to you, bro. Yeah, you got to tune in when we go live, man. Yeah, we did a live reading like 2 days ago. But yeah, we're gonna bring him back this Taurus season. So Janae, go to my website. If you want a reading, you can click the link in the description box below. You will literally see my website, and you can book a reading there. If some of you aren't sure, just shoot me an email and I'll shoot you the link. So yeah, with that being said, you know, when you're talking about the armor of God, the sword of the spirit is the word. They're like on some real shit. You never, ever, ever need a physical weapon, even to protect your family. If you do, your word isn't strong enough. That's it. So you're relying on a demon tool. And I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if this post-materialist reductionist world tells you that's not realistic. They operate off of inconclusive theoretical models. They don't know shit about spirit. They think that shit is a fantasy concept. Many of you are realizing that like let's just keep it a buck. And I want you to comment on number 1 if this is true. You're realizing that most people cosplay the life you live. Most people cosplay and fantasize about fairies, about psychic activity, about supernatural abilities. We live that shit. We do this shit every week. I have receipts. And that is, and these people will turn around and look at you like you're the weirdo. Don't ever let a motherfucker that cosplays your real life look at you like you're a weirdo or less than them. They pretend to be who you are. They literally wear costumes on Halloween to pretend to be what you do for a living. Don't ever let a motherfucker who's cosplay you act like they can say anything to you. That's it. This is facts. This is facts. All right. I already went on a 9-part debunking spree. I have debunked anywhere from Neil Ticey deGrasse to Bill Nye the Science Guy to people claiming they understand the Bible and Jesus, but don't understand the first chapter of Genesis and the gospel of the New Testament, where the 3 magi, the 3 wise men, if you actually translate that, it's translated to magi. But Christians will not tell you that because they don't want to admit that 3 magicians, 3 wizards, 3 astrologers saw your king. Okay? They don't know what to say with that because they don't really study the word. They study their philosophy on what God is. They practice a form of godliness, but don't even realize the book they're reading is based off of a Masoretic text, the Maseroth. That's the stars. Facts. So there's a lot of frauds out here. Who mean well, but the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So apparently that's not good enough because we really do this. We're not looking to get paid. We're not looking to get attention. We're doing this because that's what we do. That's it. So the word of God is your sword. The sword of the Spirit is your word. When your word is on point, you don't need any weapons. You walk and serve God in spirit and truth. And you hear all these sensational prosperity gospels and evangelists and charismatics who play the part and cosplay, but they don't really do this. Facts. And I can say that as someone who's had an attempt on his life. And I walked through like, hey, that's life. And I didn't let up at all. Rest in peace, Isaac Cappy. They think we scared to tell the fucking truth. Who? You can say I'm behind a computer screen all day. My words reach people in countries you've never been in. Facts. And all the glory goes to God. I'm not even going to take the glory for that. I'm just playing my role, which is the whole point of this. So as I'm saying, the sword of the Spirit, your word. The only battle you are battling, a spiritual battle, is you walking in the integrity of who you are. That's it. When somebody says you can't be this, or we're going to do everything in our power to deter you from doing that, every action you take to be yourself, that's you fighting. That's it. You don't have to shoot anybody. You don't have to argue with anybody. And this is what I'm saying. Like, people cosplay what we really live. What does that mean? I'm not going back. I have a 29-degree debunking series. I have practiced what I preach since I've started doing this. I'm over a decade strong. I'm at 10,000 hours. All right. So like, I'm not going back and forth. Like, someone showed me this video of Michael Sartain arguing with a numerology guy. And the first 5.5 minutes was already a complete wash. The numerology guy was arguing the same thing with this rational male, trying to assert his machismo and create a persuasive definition. And, you know, Check it out if you want to. They were arguing over what manifestation was. He was trying to say, no, man, you have to actually do things. And that's what the numerology guy was telling him too. And he didn't want to agree with. So I didn't have to watch the rest. Let me tell you something. I'm not ducking any smoke. You see how people have been ducking smoke from me with me for years, trying to act either like they're friendly or they don't see me because they don't want to be embarrassed. Let me tell you what the truth is. These people don't want any smoke. That's why they put uneducated people on their podcasts. They don't want a podcast with an astrologer who knows his shit. That's why they get these girls who may not study it like that, but they know their sign so that they can belittle them. That's why they get these people who maybe don't know. They never got someone who knows their shit because they will get smoked on camera live. They don't want that. That's why I don't take it serious. You're not going to see me argue. Let me just keep it a buck. And if you're watching me, invite me on your podcast. I will not bring a single person. You can have your echo chamber. It'll just be me. I rock with Gabriel, Uriel, and Michael and Raph. I'll just come through with the angels, just one deep. Okay, let's just keep it a buck. We're not going to argue about, oh, why is astrology legit? Okay, give me your reason on why. We're not going to argue. I will demonstrate the truth. That's it. I'm going to show up to your spot. I will read your chart. I will give you the best chart reading ever. We can do an hour. We can do 2 hours. I can literally teach you what it means to do this as I'm doing this. I'm going to read your chart and it's either right or wrong. I can be on Fresh and Fit right now, read both of their charts. And if they listen, it don't matter who you are, I will read your chart and you will tell me, is it accurate or not? We just demonstrate it. We don't need to argue philosophy. It's either right or wrong. I can give Joe Rogan the best reading he's ever had ever. And you will have the opportunity, no matter who you are, to lie on live broadcast that wasn't the best reading ever. That's what I'm saying, where it's like we have receipts. I can go to Abba and preach. I can go to Fresh and Fit. I can go to Joe Rogan. I can go to Neil's Star Talk podcast. I can go to freaking Ben Shapiro. I'm not afraid of any of these people. They're all sensei. I don't want to disrespect them either. I'm not trying to like throw shots at people. But as far as this astrology shit, none of you know what you're talking about. Clearly, you need to learn some shit. And that's everyone who don't believe that. We're not going to argue. I will just read your chart or not. You could tell me, hey, after listening to this, it wasn't accurate. And if you want to lie like that, that's just on camera. I assassinated you live on camera. We'll do 30 minutes, your natal chart, 30 minutes, transit forecast. Period. That's it. If you want to lie that it wasn't accurate, it will be on camera that I gave you a 6-month transit forecast and everything I said in that transit forecast happened. We can do that. Do you see how this is the fire of courage? We don't have to argue. You can demonstrate the truth. That's what I was saying, that we are transforming status quo. We already presented the receipts. We can demonstrate the truth now and show, look, whatever you believe, it don't stand up to this truth, because there's a philosophy, there's a belief, and then there's a truth. People mistake belief for truth all the time. Fuck what you believe. You're going to get this truth. That's it. And the best way to demonstrate your truth is by your actions. But that's the thing. They don't care about truth. They want entertainment and numbers. I'm on TV talking like it's just you and me, said by a legend. That's how Gemini do. The rest of these people are performative. They're not talking to you. They're talking to their audience. They're saying what their choir wants to hear, talking at you. They're not really talking. I'm talking to you and only you. That's it. That's it. So this is the level of courage and power. Because just like I have this conviction, just like I know I can walk anywhere and walk out unscathed with the sword of truth, while people are loading in ammo, wasting bullets, ruining the planet, we fuck with the spirit. All right, facts. And the only people who ridicule that are people who don't know shit about shit, people who don't know their moon sign, people who have no real wisdom and can justify doing the dumbest stuff out of pride and ego. Yeah, we're not checking or worried for these people. That's it. So there you go. Just like I have this confidence, you have carved your own path, and there are many things you're confident about that nobody can fuck with you on. And that's it. Whatever that is, we're going to say the intention I am, and we're going to move forward. And this is it. I'm going to break down the next 2 weeks, then we will do the ritual and we'll move forward. So the next 2 weeks is going to let you know what this activation is leading you towards, and we're going to re-meet in 2 weeks during Taurus season. The new moon in Pisces converted the belief of perspective to action. You believed you were a track star. Now you're on the track field. You applied this belief in who you could be to now actions of what you're doing. Well, the new moon in Aries is going to apply this power towards quality of value. Now we're going to move forward on this direction of building my experience as a track athlete, and we're going to convert that into the tools necessary. So basically, you just realized you're motherfucking Batman, but Batman needs his utility belt, his Batmobile, his Batcave. That's this next chapter. That's Taurus season. Now that you're moving forward with who you decide you are, it's time to manifest the goods. Manifest meaning acquiring possessions, materializing, making real. And outside of anything really physical, it's just the quality of your value and energy that now attracts these things. But you know, this is going to get real. Okay. So we're going to talk about the next 2 weeks. The first week from now to the end of the week is activation. We are activating this direction. And here's the thing, your mission, because this is a North Node mission now. This is unlike any other new moon. This is attached to Chiron and the North Node. Destiny. Yes. And you must stay. I don't care how cringy, weird, or lame people think what you're doing is. Stick to it. Stick to it. Don't be a coward and just go back and forth trying to appease to what people. If that's what you feel about yourself and do, stick with it. And they might be right. There's certain things that they may say that are right, but who gives a fuck? This is what you have decided to do. Nobody takes a dump for you. You take a dump with your own booty. So nobody could tell you how to live your life. That's a bar for some reason. Anyway, other than that, okay, with that being said, we are starting this with the moon in Aries. The moon in Aries is immediately going to go into Taurus, mini boss battle. Okay. That Pluto square is going to challenge your self-value and how grounded you actually feel confident in yourself. Pluto is going to be the intensity of outside influences. So a 90 or 270 degree angle that we see with the moon in Taurus and Pluto in Aquarius is going to represent the outside collective influence. The moon in Taurus is activating your awareness of self and now grounding it to feel, okay, now that I realize this is who I am, this is how valuable I feel myself. This is how confident I feel myself. And square Pluto in Aquarius is an extreme awakening of the collective knowledge of everyone else's opinions, or at least an outside, if Taurus is your individual value, Aquarius is like putting out a music and everyone listening to that music, right? So if in weighing in that pressure, that square is that intensity, is it going to make you fold? Is it going to make you switch up on the actions you've decided to move towards? Because the quality for you to now integrate that intensity is going to quite literally be everything. And not only that, ever since the moon was in Aquarius 6 days ago or 4 days ago, now those seeds are breaking through the ground in the form of how much more valuable you not only seed your worth, shout out to Rebecca, but also how much more solid you stand on your motherfucking values and principles. Something that many people are afraid to do because they don't really know who they are. And their sense of self is determined by other people. So you are basically doomed to fail from the start. All right. It's time to take your power back if that is you. And stop lying to yourself and saying, oh, I'm just considerate of what other people, fuck what other people think. You heard it from me. It is what it is. I'm talking about the people who mean well and actually care about fuck what they think. Fuck what they think. What's up with you, my G? Please, because some of you have never really asked yourself that question in a long time, and you wonder why things may be occurring the way they're occurring. Reclaim your time, because you're not going to be of service to other people if you're not fully tapped into who you are. They're not going to be getting you. They're going to be getting a drained version of you that doesn't really even know what you feel or what you're trying to do. Okay. Facts are the facts. So this transit tomorrow and next tomorrow is actually going to make you rich, because the 30-degree angle from 21 to 22 on Jupiter and Uranus, can't make this shit up, is going to actively manifest the unconventional, innovative, evolved quality of your value. This is also going to sow the seeds for next month when we have the conjunction for you to actively make bank. Because now you're starting this cycle and you're understanding, wow, I am more valuable than I actually previously thought. This is where it's like, okay, I knew I wanted to run track, but I actually have a talent here. I think I can actually go far with it. There's still more development, but you are coming into a grounded, tangible, real value that will help you understand the quality of what direction you're moving in. And then what happens? We have the 60-degree angle open door, which will activate the ability. So this activation is happening in 3 stages, just like integration happens in 3 stages, and harvest and completion. Aries, Taurus, Gemini. Taurus is the second stage that's going to ground the actions, because we're moving in a direction, so we need to get the solid ground, and then we're going to communicate our value. So if the moon in Taurus helped us understand and appraise what value we're working with right now, the moon in Gemini, we're ready to communicate that value. We're ready to now come into intellectual insight about what we are, what ability and power we're activating, and what to think about it. So right now you're activating power. It's going to be very real coming into the next 2 days, especially Jupiter and Uranus. I can't make this up. We want to look at Mars on Saturn exactly while this happens as well. Today, tomorrow, and the next tomorrow are very instrumental in kicking off this cycle. So the reason why that's key is there's now a solidification and there's more certainty than ever in what direction you're moving into. Whereas before it might have been shaky because you were still, gathering beliefs. Now you're no longer contemplating, we're moving forward. And it's not because, let's not make persuasive definitions and fallacies. Nobody's saying, oh, the planets are magically affecting you to do this. It's just simple math. Just like agriculturists were able to look at the lunar cycle and know how to, play out what it is they farm down here. It's not necessarily that different. The language that's being made by these degrees, activation, leave it to the hubris of beings who can't see more than 1% of the electromagnetic spectrum to demand proof of something that's beyond their comprehension. Just learn the game and stop thinking you know more than everybody else, because it's the people who don't understand basic astrology that demand the most complex explanations for once again theoretical models and ideas of logic that aren't even really true, don't even take aren't even are only backed up because of the false ethos that are put behind it. The fact that people even listen to y'all is comical, and it's because they don't know anything. Facts. Anyway, other than that, the moon in Gemini is what's going to help you understand the name of the power you are activating, the truth of who you are. Okay. And it's the square to this Pisces that will greatly disillusion you, because there are beliefs coming into this that now, once it squares, will completely help you understand the truth outside of those delusions. Or if those beliefs align with what's true, you're going to understand how, oh, you know what? I believe this, and I'm starting to think, wow, this was actually true. This is very crucial, because if you're operating under any delusions, this square will snuff that out. And it's going to be a harsh reality check in the way where you need to change this quick, because you don't want to reinforce this moving forward. And if you get smacked in the face a little bit, don't take it personal. Just, if you know what I'm saying? Like you might walk in through believing, oh yeah, I could pull any chick in this club. You know what I'm saying? And then you get rejected. And it's just like, okay, you know what? Maybe I'm still attractive, but maybe I just can't pull. Or you walk in through the club and everyone looks at you and you pull everybody. That it's objective. You either your beliefs are aligned with who you believe you are, or they're not. And the worst case scenario is that they're not. So you can just adjust it. Or you can continue to reinforce the denial. And when the moon goes into Virgo, it's going to be ugly. All right. But that moon in Gemini is the final stage of this activation. It's going to prepare us for 90 degrees. 90 degrees is where the seed breaks through the ground. So that means from 0 to 90 degrees, you are breaking out of the ground seeds that in the midst of the soil, you don't know how it's growing. That's the key to activation, to maintain that direction, because it does require a bit of faith. Like you unless you have technology, you don't know that seed's going to grow through the ground. You don't know what soil it has to break through. And once it starts to break through, we can begin integrating. So everything that you are activating in this direction right now, you will come into the true perception of where to take it. This is the open door. All right. And that trine from the moon in Gemini to Pluto will extremely awaken the true voice of who you are. So right now you're activating who you are, and you're going to begin to at least communicate what that is. After Taurus grounds the value of it, as you come back around to how much more valuable and confident you feel in yourself, it's having you establish those values. And this is important. This is a new personification. We do this every year because you're like, and for those of you who don't believe this, when you were a baby, you don't identify the way you were in a baby. Every year you were born enabled you a new chapter to redefine yourself, reinforce old biases, step into new habits. You're just doing it again this year. It's just this year is a part of a cycle that's ending the world as we know it. That's all. It's a new round of Hunger Games. You might die, but you might not. All right. You might survive like the other ones. Maybe you won't die like the other thousands of people who died. You're a part of Infinity Gang. So you good. I know you're not gonna die. We're the winners of this, clearly. All right. Shout out to everyone else outside this live who's walking in their authenticity. Because let me tell you, the ones who are going to lose. The people who are going to lose this conflict are the people who fold when everyone goes against them. And let me say that again. The people who are afraid to be themselves 100% will be devastated. The people who, even if they are pit against everyone else, they still stay true to themselves. They will win through this, even if it looks like they're losing. That's it. You're going to see people get caught up in public opinion, and they don't want half of the internet to fry them. And now they're going to take their actions based on making sure they look better in the eyes of the public. They're done. All the people doing that are washed. They don't even know it. Then you're going to have people who stand stubbornly on what it is they are and do. And no one may agree with it, even me. And people may clown them relentlessly for it. Those are the ones that are going to succeed. When the smoke settles, when all this shit is done, that's it. That's it. So don't get distracted by this bullshit. Of course, the choice is yours. And if getting distracted is part of your authentic path, then distract yourself all day. But just make sure you stay true. So Mercury retrograde is so annoying too. These apps are, there's about like 2 apps that aren't like, all these apps that aren't working, keeping these seeming delays. Don't get perturbed by them. Just be true to yourself. Stay true. Just stay focused and adapt as necessary. The moon's going to go into Cancer. The seeds are going to break through the ground. Oh, hilarious. And this is what is going to now begin to integrate 90 degrees moving forward the nature of your character. You're breaking deeper depth. And this is where shit gets serious. Once the moon starts to go opposite Pluto, this is what's going to bring the previous clash in Taurus about your worth relative to the extreme feelings of others. And now you're going to present this socially on stage. This is now like going on stage after this happens. Are you going to fold directly performing to that pressure? Or are you going to be like, I'm here, bitch. I don't give a fuck what you think. It is what it is. That's it. We're going to see who's really made of what, bro. I swear to God. This trine here is going to fully express 120 degrees your creative talents. So everything that the moon in Gemini had activated as far as what you think you are and what you are capable of, the moon in Gemini is going to activate the ability of this new power you have. This is where you are now expressing the passionate talent of it. In other words, if the moon in Gemini was when you realized, I'm a triple jumper, or it's when you realize, you know what, I'm not a sprinter, I'm a marathon runner. Well, now the moon in Leo is where you create your first personal record. It's like, well, now that I know I'm a triple jumper and I understand more what it means to be a jumper versus just a sprinter, now I've just made my PV. I'm establishing my talent at triple jumping. I've just done 3 of the best triple jumps. And once we do that, the moon in Virgo is, well, now I have to practice my triple jump every day because we get ready for a track meet. And here's the thing. Now with the sun in Taurus, when the moon goes into Virgo, all of this analysis and integration is converting relative to the quality and the values you will now be aware of, taking the grapes of Aries and turning it into fine wine, especially with the 21-degree Jupiter Uranus conjunction that is not only going to, with Mars and Pisces, close out that cycle and have you taking actions that will transcend everything that you thought was possible for you to do, but will also set up the full moon in Scorpio. And that's where the moon in Libra is going to be the Virgo signature, integrating the balanced social understanding of the expression of your character relative to your awareness of what that character is worth. Simultaneously, while Jupiter is making one of the most legendary conjunctions with Uranus that hasn't happened since 2010, guys. Let's actually go back here. 2010 was the last time we had this. Then we had Jupiter and Libra opposite Uranus and Aries. Then Jupiter came back around and met in Taurus. This is a whole new frontier. And people don't even know. I mean, I'm sure they see it. Don't mean they know though. So like it's some of you are very hip, but you can't take it personal if certain people just don't get it. It's beyond their pay grade. Okay. And at that point, you'd be basically asking for too much to expect children who don't know algebra to know calculus. Okay. And that applies in whatever field that you're in that this analogy applies to. And don't feel bad for it either. I think some of you allowed yourself to feel bad because you make other people feel inferior, because you're not pointing the finger at other people. Just by you naturally expressing your talents, it triggers people's insecurities. Well, you don't have to act like that. You don't have to do like that. And you're wondering what you did. You were being yourself. Look, anytime you're being yourself and you're in authenticity and you're in integrity and people are uneasy, they have demons. They're cursed. They're spiritually cursed. They have dark energies within them, dark energies that are consisting of their bitterness, their hatred, their frustration. And if people want to take that on you, they're still a baby in this game, because adults don't do that. All right. And there you go. The moon in Libra is not only going to integrate this perspective level of value that you're converting the action to, it's also going to unlock what we activated with the moon in Aries. And now with the moon that will 270 degrees square Pluto, this is going to be a crazy full moon, guys. 4 degrees, 2 aqua. So think about all of what's happening now. In 2 weeks from now, we are seeing a much more grounded, extraordinary intensification of these conflicts to give us a footing for where everyone individually decides to, step into. And that's really the next 2 weeks ahead. The full moon in Scorpio is helping you understand the wisdom of the natural quality of your confidence, your values, and your worth, your body. Okay. And the Pluto square is what's going to bring in the context of how everyone is reacting collectively to what is occurring. That's the intensification that's bringing in this next series of boss battles. Whereas we had it from Aries to Capricorn and Cancer and Libra, now we're having it from Taurus to Aqua with Leo and Scorpio. All right. So if you're Aqua, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, you're up. You're up. You're up. All right. And none of this shit is pleasant. Just look at Aries and Capricorn. Aries has been feeling like that. I'm not even going to speak on that. I'm not even going to speak on that. It is what it is. But like, yeah. So there you go. We're going to, of course, reconvene in 2 weeks. But now let me tell you what the broader purpose of all this is. The reason why you're experiencing a supernatural quality of your abilities that aren't necessarily 0 to 100. Like, we do want to respect the process that it is taking some time, as it's supposed to, because you did not just become an adult overnight. You had to grow into it. And that's just like the process of, developing abilities, which aren't even really supernatural, just supernatural to us. So in the sense that they might be basic in another time, what we consider supernatural. With that being said, okay, well, now that you've activated and awakened the power, the whole theme of 2024 to 2044 is awakening the force. The whole theme of the next 20 years is an entire redefinition of energy solutions and harnessing energy. So yeah, we're going to see technology completely evolve, because that's not even a prediction. That just always happens. Technology is always going to move forward, right? But what is a prediction and what we're going to see is your individual capacity to harness your energy at will. That's what's awakening. It's something you've always done your whole life. But let's just say, to 1995 to 2024, Pluto Sag and Pluto Capricorn was at a collective level unlocking the hose. Let's say your energy system was like a hose in your body because you had trauma, you had limiting beliefs, you know what I mean? So energy couldn't flow freely in your body because it was like a hose. You were just getting like small synchronicities, or like you weren't able to freely flow your energy. Now the energy is, everything has been untangled. You have healed your trauma. It's not like you have nothing left to heal, but like this has happened over a process of over 2 decades, and then again with the previous cycle. So to say that you have cleared this is not an understatement. Now that you've cleared the channel, it's time to learn how to harness this energy. By the time Pluto goes through Aquarius, you're telekinetically moving stuff with your mind. You're levitating with your body. The knowledge of energy harnessing and manipulation is mainstream and taught collectively. We're engaging in telepathy. And I want to hold towards how unconventional or sci-fi or fantasy it sounds, when there's nothing weird about that. It's not necessarily relevant. It's not anything that hasn't ever happened. But because people are blatantly being lied to, like, science is a joke. I can say that easily. You have worldly wisdom. You have people who sit in the hubris of research institutions who've moved us backwards with innovation that seemingly moved us forward. So they don't want to hear any of this shit because they get the results that they get. But efficacy is not an excuse to do anything. Just because something works doesn't mean that it's supposed to happen or it works well. And you're going to see more than ever that all the innovations that have been praised to move us forward really moved us backwards, with the consequence of it poisoning the earth. And it's going to require you go backwards to go forwards. There is a lot of junk technology you don't even need that just holds you back, with which your own body is a better vehicle for. And you're going to show this. Even scientists believe science is a joke too. So everything I'm saying, many scientists will tell you this too. But like, yeah, I'm not going to prove this to you. You're going to prove this to you. You're going to now be answering why you don't need a phone, because you can literally selectively telepathically connect with anyone you want. You can cast your consciousness and perceive whatever it is you want to perceive. Stuff that is not even advanced, but the most basic stuff we haven't even broken into because we've been gaslighted and lied to. Just like that John Chang video. Okay. In fact, let me tell you, by the time Pluto is done in Aquarius, this is what most, if not anyone born after 95, anyone born in the 80s, 70s, possibly even 60s, this is what everyone's going to be doing.
I first met called the energy infection that he finally allowed.
Okay, it's my birthday. Okay.
And showed us how chi can also be used to set things on fire. When he heard we'd shown this footage in public, he was very upset.
Negative and positive energy. He connected the yin and the yang of his energy centers. And we don't have to complicate that. Negative body, positive mind. He connected his mind and his body. And here's the thing. No one has to teach you how to do that. You can be guided. But thankfully, we have a series of collective awakenings that are going to basically just force this from you anyway. And then now it's up to you to maintain that through your actions and guide yourself through that. Allow people who believe it's not true to believe it's not true. The reason why they're going to you, do you ever think it's weird how you don't go to these people? They come to you to try and unsolicitedly argue about your beliefs. It's because they have cognitive dissonance. It's because they don't know what they're saying. So they need that reinforcement. You're not seeking these people out and telling them. They feel the need to come and say it to you. They're insecure. Whether they realize that, no, that's not what I feel. Bitch, who asked you? Anytime someone says, ask, who asked you? And when they can't answer the question, you know why. They wish they could do what you do. They can't. I don't get what you said because you didn't do the work. We can do what they do. We chose to, choose ourselves and say, yes, I'm talking shit all year. Jupiter come back into Gemini. I've been waiting for this year to talk all my shit because I knew it would pay off. And so it is what it is. That's what's going to happen. And the reason why it's important is cardinal signs are power. Fixed signs are energy. Now it's time to harness deeper quality of energy relative to the values, the passion, the purity, and the knowledge you move forward with. Okay. Mars in Aries, Venus, Taurus. So there we go, y'all. That is the next 2 weeks in a nutshell. I'll reconvene with you guys Taurus season, but yeah, you guys owe it to yourself to finish the job, and you don't have to necessarily, worry about stuff more than you are aware of. You are being guided by different aspects of your own consciousness in whatever form it takes. There are other people who you have the opportunity to align with. You're never alone. All right. And so before we leave, I would like for you to set an intention. Who are you? All right. I am limitless. I am almighty. I am. All right. Whatever it is you want it to say. In fact, I am is the best affirmation. I am that I am. All right. I am. Period. That's your I am presence. But whatever you want to put on, I want you to now just put in. There's 400 plus people watching this right now. And 400 plus people are going to set the intention that your intention comes true. That's all you have to do. I am. So let's do that right now. And once we do that, I'm going to light this candle, and this candle is going to represent your commitment towards maintaining this intention. In 2 weeks, we're going to release that intention as you start to understand the deeper wisdom of how to manifest that physically. And that's it. That's it, baby. That's literally it. That's going to allow us to harvest that over the next 2 weeks. And we'll create a new intention in 2 weeks from then, when we have the new moon in Taurus. So I am limitless. I am limitless. I am limitless. Now I want you to set the intention that everyone else's intention is actualized, comes true for the highest good of all. We get instant results and results over time. Any wishes you want to make towards that as well. Now is your chance. And I'm lighting this candle. Boom. If the very act of setting an intention and lighting a candle is witchcraft, everything you do in this life is witchcraft. So please be mindful of spookism and people who really try and say cool sounding things because they are not saying anything at all, and they have to convince other dumb people to believe it. That if that's for them, that's for them. We are elevating. We are moving forward. I'm not entertaining any of that. We got receipts. It's nothing for you to get clean murked with the truth. We're not going to fight you. We're not going to shoot you. We're going to use the sword of spirit and we will slash you with the word. That's it. It is what it is. Jesus didn't come and make friends. He brought a sword. All right. And, we came back with some sticks too, specifically the spirit, the word. All right, beautiful. So, yeah. Now, your mission, should you choose to accept from now until April 24th, ladies and gentlemen, everything that you decide to do it as who you have decided to be. That's it. So before you do anything, I am this. Boom. Before somebody irritates you, oh, is that how you feel? Remember, wait, who am I? Is this something that who I am would do? If I am limitless, if I have the opportunity to start worrying about bills not paid or lack of money, if I am limitless, is that something I would do? And if that is something you would do it. If it isn't, don't do it. Your mission, should you choose to accept, is to commit to this, bring that to every action, and you're straight. Okay. You guys stay blessed as always. I'm glad for the turnout we have. Thank you. 400 plus other people have wished for your intention to come true or set that intention. So as soon as I end this broadcast, but you know what? I'm gonna pull a tarot card. For any of you who want a tarot card, stay tuned. I'm gonna pull one on the house to see what message we get. I feel like let's do the major arcana. I was gonna do the Pokemon deck. Shout out to those of you who tuned into the exclusive pick a card reading. I'm gonna do this again because we have the South Node in Libra. There is a relationship that is attached to this, romantic and or platonic friendship. It's whatever. This relationship could be with yourself, with a career, with an actual person, with children. So I'm gonna put that in part of here too. I'm gonna pull a pick a card reading, and then I'm gonna do just a general card. Okay. Beautiful. So we're gonna do 3 piles: pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Okay. So this is going to be relative to this activation cycle and over the next 2 weeks. The pile you pick reflects what message you want to align with these intentions you just made. Okay. We're going to do this, and then after I'll just do like one more general card for everyone. 1, 2, 3. Okie dokie. Underlying theme is, of course, the Fool. I can't make this up, guys. Come on now. This is Uranus. Okay, we're getting ready for that cycle. So you have to understand this mission you are walking down is taking you down a path that has never been traveled. You're going to look wild crazy doing what you do. You're going to look like a straight up fool because you are quite literally creating a new path outside of established traditions. And because of what you're doing, people down the line later are all going to be doing it because you created that path. And at the very, it's not, you're not doing it so other people do it, but it's definitely you opening up your mind so that you can step into a new adventure. And that is the perfect message for this Aries new moon. The fool doesn't have to know everything. They're guided by this sense of innocence. So you usually get this card when you're told to take everything you've learned and throw that motherfucker in the trash. You don't need any of it. Going where you're going. It served its purpose. Where you're going, you literally don't need it. All right. You just need to bring your awareness with you. And that might not be the most popular idea, but hey, you're not living their life, you're living your life. So we're going to do pile numero uno. Some of you with that full card, it's a brand new adventure. Like you may not even be aware. There's a whole new arc coming in for you. I mean, everyone, obviously. So pile uno. The cards we have. What archetype are you moving forward with? And also, if you've seen the exclusive pick a card, see if the pile you pick in this mirrors back with that. See how you can align with it. If so, if not. But other than that, pile one, who are you? What's your archetype and what power is connected to this? Well, we do have the Emperor. I love this card. Shout out to Rengoku. You're the fucking boss, my G. If you're the emperor, if you pick pile one, you hold shit down. You are establishing yourself as a solid authority. You take orders from nobody. You are establishing the discipline that's necessary to basically found whatever it is you want. And this is great for those of you who seek more autonomy. This is great for those of you who've been wanting to do things by your own way. And this is literally the Aries card. So I think this is very, very crucial. This is just up there, like pulling the magician in pile one twice. So, if you picked pile one, you are the emperors out of everybody. You run shit. Like I'm trying to let you know, you have your own court in order. Nobody's picking up off your own slack. If anything, you might be cleaning out of other people's, but you're giving people orders. All right. Can you link the extended pick a card, please? Actually, if you just go on my channel, if you click on the if you go on my community tab, you will see it there. All the videos that I've posted are on the community tab. Okay, so if you might have missed a video, you can see what is there. But yeah, I definitely have that there, posted 3 days ago. All right, let's see. It should even be in the membership tab too, for those of you who are Infinity Club members. The exclusive pick a card reading is membership exclusive for those of you who are members, but I believe I have it public for now. Okay, no. It's I think it's in the membership. But yeah, we'll see. Let me see. So yeah, pile one, Emperor swag. Okay, holding it down. POP, holding it down. Okay, you should know what it is. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, no, it's for God Squad members, by the way. It's not for Infinity Club members. It's for God Squad members. So if you're a God Squad member or Infinity Club, you have access to it. So we do have the Emperor. Now, what is the archetype of the relationship you will be establishing to balance this? For some of you, this could be the archetype of a current romantic partner, platonic friend, partner. And I'm saying partner, but it doesn't have to be an actual person. For some of you, it will be an actual person, a current person. All right. So with that being said, we have the moon. So you are connecting with a very mysterious collective, person, whoever. Let's say ideally it's a person. This person is psychic as fuck. And the reason why I like this is because it is a good contrast to the Emperor. This is like somebody who holds down a Fortune 500 company, and then this is like a psychic they hired. They come from seemingly different worlds, but the moon card is going to reflect the hidden insights of the Emperor, and the Emperor is going to provide stability in a foundation with this moon card that will enable itself to just float into its own, not delusions, but intuitions. All right. The moon card doesn't have to even be somebody. This could be your own imagination that you are in partnership with, the unconscious aspect of yourself. Maybe someone with the same moon as you as well. Someone who's definitely a dreamer, but they're very psychic and they can use their psychic abilities too. This is not just like high priestess intuition. They're with the shits. So like they definitely know how to look beyond narratives that might deceive other people. They're able to kind of see in the dark, if that makes sense. The Emperor is Aries, the moon is Pisces. So that's something to keep in mind too. That is kind of like a yin yang in a way, alpha and omega. So that's very interesting. And then the outcome we have with this is the sun. Can't make this up. Can't make this up. So if you pick pile 1, you're going to step into joy. You're going to step into victory, success in every area of your life. And we can't help but think there is a significance with this moon sun. This partner is going to enable you to understand facets of your own subjective perception and consciousness and subconsciousness so that you can appreciate more what is being illuminated into the light. But this is overall victory. Okay. And I think that's amazing. Sun and moon is a go. Anytime we're going to get the sun and moon together in a reading, that's some pretty pimp shit. That's some pretty dope shit. It's definitely, and they do kind of come back to back in the major arcana too, but that's really dope. That's really dope. That's really dope. Okay. So pile number 2. Let's see what we got. All right, let's see what we got. Pile dose. All right. What did you activate? Who are you and what power did you activate? Okay, beautiful. We have temperance. The archangel right here. So similar to the magician, this is powerful alchemy. You are of course the uniter of opposites. But let me actually get a proper, definition here. I'm gonna look up Tarot Tangy right now. Yeah, relationship between opposites, balance, harmony, equilibrium, finding the middle ground, healing, getting your life together, communicating with higher powers. Okay. This card is your heaven on earth. So yeah, temperance speaks of our divine nature. You're balancing interactions between elements to create something new and fresh, but it's also linked to the angelic realm. But what I really want to say here is, you're mixing different situations to create a better one. You're an alchemist. You're able to quite literally bring your lifestyle into balance through not, operating with great moderation and good management. But as far as what I'm picking up, relative to how this relates to a power, you're going to be drawing from the realm of subconscious and bringing it into reality and drawing from the realm of reality and influencing your subconscious. There's a more fluid balance. You have one foot in the water and one foot on the ground. And the reason why this is very key, pile one, this is you just standing on your own power and values to where you're pretty much untouchable. Pile two, I see people punching their fist in the air because it's like certain people want to ridicule you, name call you, and it just doesn't stick. It's like they end up walking out very frustrated because you ended up exposing them when they try to make fun of you. Just off of not even stooping to but just telling the truth, just being honest, like, well, that doesn't make sense. Like, why would you be here saying this? And it's like people are trying to get you down on their level, but because of how you carry yourself, it's literally impossible. Like it's literally beneath you. And when people bring that to you, they start to feel that. They're like, oh, wow, it's not just in your head. It's you're really like that. Okay, so something to keep in mind, if you pick pile two, there's a transformation of how you live your life that's going to open up room for you to do more of what you want to do, because you're clearing out everything that distracts you in a way. And we do have the Hermit. So the Hermit card is one, as far as the archetype of the relationship you may be drawing in, one, the archetype relationship is the lesson for you. So where piles one is going to develop their subconscious, and that's going to open the light for them, you're going to develop your expertise. So the archetype of partner that you're going to attract is someone who keeps to themselves and they're with the shits. They are very skilled, and they're going to take facets of your own skills and master that. They're going to challenge you to go deeper within. They're going to challenge your unique insights, why you believe in them. Make sure that you're not just believing in stuff for nothing. But yeah, even though we put the Hermit card, this could be someone who's social and extroverted who still keeps to themselves. Even if they're extroverted and they go out, they follow their own light. They don't listen to what everyone else listens to. They follow their own guidance and they guide others with their own unique insights. So this is very interesting. Both Temperance and the Hermit are very specialized in their field. So this is very unique of a dynamic. Whereas pile one is connecting with people who are in their own world, pile two, you're connecting with people who don't get distracted by the hype. Whereas everyone is getting distracted, they stay focused. They're creating, what's really substantial, whether people tune into it or not. And the outcome we have here is the High Priestess. Okay, so the High Priestess is this very uncanny, intuitive development and psychic revelation. And with the mastery of the Hermit, there will be certain details you may have overlooked that are clear as day. And the key thing here is with Temperance, because you are creating space to unlock more abilities or facets of yourself that couldn't have been expressed because you didn't have time in your lifestyle to, the synchronicities, the psychic abilities you are expressing, the revelations you are coming into through your intuition hit so much harder, makes so much more sense, puts you so much more in a position to realistically now tap deeper into yourself and do what you're meant to do. So that's really beautiful because pile one got the sun. So pile one is coming into a huge clarity that's bringing everything to light. Pile two, your discoveries are within. Like, you may be the only one who's very clear about what's happening, and it's meant to be kept to yourself. Whereas pile one is going to share this light with everything that's happened. All right, which I love. All right, and finally, pile three. If you have people, feigning ignorance or feigning confusion at you or looking at you like they're weird, it's because they're stupid. That's why their face looks like that. They just don't know it yet. So we do have the Devil. If you pick pile three, you're a sexy motherfucker. You're sexy and you're bad. You ain't bad. You're bad. Okay, this is exactly, you're the temptation. Normally I'm like, oh, don't get tempted. You're the temptation. People are looking at you like, I don't want to leave my partner, but you make me want to leave the one away. Start a new relationship with you. I think that's what you do. I swear to God, that's you right now. Boom. All right. And I love this because if you pick part 3, I just know you're like, P Stealer, I'm not bad. I'm not bad. No, you're bad. You're bad. And you bad. Okay. You're a bad motherfucker. Okay. Like part 1 is a responsible motherfucker. Okay. Pile 2 is creative. Like pile 1 is going straight edge. They're not drinking. You know what I'm saying? Pile 2, they're not going to drink too much, but they're not going to go cold turkey. They're going to moderate it. Pile 3, you're getting everyone drunk. Okay. Like you're a bad influence. Like you're like people are breaking their breaker. Hey, do you smoke? I mean, I wasn't going to smoke. This is you, Pile 3. Come on. Just hit it. Just hit it. That's you, Pile 3. You're bad. You're bad. You're a bad person. Okay, you bad. That's all I'm saying. You probably know some people who know some people, and it is what it is. It's a crazy spread. But like people look at you like you sexy though. People look at you like and they get hot and bothered. Like straight up. Let's be completely honest. It's gonna be completely honest. And then you may not see yourself like that. And I'm telling you, no, look at you. You're the big bad of this whole deck. To be completely honest, I don't know. I don't know if some of you are ready to accept that. Oh God! All right, and so the partner archetype is the lovers. Oh my God, y'all some freaks. Y'all some freaks. Y'all aren't having intercourse. Y'all having sex. This is it. That's you. That's you. Y'all don't even do anything but. That's you. All right. If we just got the lovers, I'd be like, oh, this is cute. But this is whips and chains. This is blindfolds. This is feathers. This is and now I'm your neighbor, like, excuse me, I have work in the morning. Stop. I shouldn't know your name. Like, this is you, y'all dirty. Y'all bad. Okay. Whoever your partner is, this is the dark side. This is the cleaner stuff. And together, this is some nasty, good, addictive, pleasurable lovemaking. If I get the strength card, it's a sex addiction. If we get the strength card next, it's a whole sex addiction. So you better hope we don't get the strength card. But this right here, that's it. I'm not gonna say anything else. That's it. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. And the outcome we have is justice. Okay, so y'all gonna make some agreements. Y'all are gonna, this is cool because when we get the devil and lovers, that could be like no strings attached sex that just gets super messy. But the justice card is potential marriage or at least agreement. So it's someone you can get freaky with, but you're committed to. The Hierophant is more commitment. Justice is their agreements we have, whether it's an open relationship or a closed relationship. Things are most definitely going to balance out for you. You're going to make decisions with the right people. And I think that's going to be dope. All right. So this was super fun. I love doing these readings. We're going to pull one more card. What's the final message? This is what I originally wanted to do, but I just was like, let's do a pick card reading. What is the final message for you moving forward? Underlying theme is the Emperor again. So this is regardless of what pile you picked, Aries season is going to challenge you with the North Node, because that's the thing. Discipline is not always supposed to be easy, but you're going to be challenged and guided towards, if you don't know how to put your life together, you will. All right. Like you're going to step into this authority. And the main card we have here is the Moon card again. And I want to shuffle it again, but the Moon card is definitely speaking towards you being in a position to be very, very profoundly shocked by the dream messages, the synchronicities, the development of your psychic abilities. This is very important. The moon card is saying you're going to sustain an unconventional lifestyle. The moon card is saying that the way you like holidays, traditions, and cultural significance. There's certain things that personally you may have been told that we do because that's just what we do, and you've never resonated with it. The way you may feel about certain traditions, the way you may feel about dating is going to be different from what other people do. You have your own unique path that's going to make you look delusional. And the emperor is saying you're going to solidify authority over that. It's not just going to be in your imagination or dreams. You're going to be able to sustain this to where you don't have to be dependent on what the rest of society does. You're able to create your own shed out in the woods and hold that shit down without even needing your common utilities, because you are your own man / woman. You are your own emperor, whether you are a man or a woman. And this is beautiful. Okay, so let's get one more message here. We do have the sun card. So as you establish this is going to give you this underlying theme of just being this source of joy. And we have this with the death card, baby. So the death card is talking about an unrecognizable transformation that's going to support this greater radiance of joy that will cut the dead weight of what no longer applies to who you truly are. And I think that is beautiful. You guys stay blessed as always. If any of you want to send some money to my Cash App so I can get something after, you don't have to. Just you being present is more than good enough for me. But if you want to, you can $ the peace dealer. That's totally fine. I might get I might get some with that or not, but it's cool. I'm just way more glad that we were able to do this. And yeah, guys, this is not a fucking joke. It's warfare. What are you ready to fight? This war we're fighting is the fighting of your own authenticity. We fight with our actions and we swing the sword with our word. We speak truly. We act authentically. That's it. As long as you're doing that, you are fighting the good fight. And until next time, it is an honor to serve.